Peace, love, black power, Hotep. This your brother, Ahmose. Um, Yesterday I had posted a video up. I had deleted it because I felt as if my lower self-esteem was getting the best of me. And so us as Kemetic people, us as black people, we're gonna put it that way, um, are lost to the fact to where when you hear something and somebody speak it to you, it don't process in your mind correctly. So when somebody come out there and they scream it at you, this is where when you feel that energy of them uh screaming this knowledge to you, roaring this knowledge to you, you start to shake a little bit. You get a little spark in your heart. Okay? And so I felt as if my lower self-esteem was taking the best of me. So I had to do, this is going to be my response video to Michael Israel. He wanted me to explain the science. I have the science. I had posted it on my last video. You're going to catch that. Check it out. I'm dealing with agriculture. And we're just dealing with nature itself. Okay? And so nature is, in fact, spirituality, because nature moves through energy. If we go deeper into energy and the way the motions is, this is a form of spirituality, because those things would not be able to function if they didn't have a soul themselves, a spirit themselves, to keep them moving day to day. Okay, to help them grow day to day. That's a form of spirituality. Okay, and so that is dealing with that nature is, in fact, in science is in fact a form of spirituality. Now when I speak of science, I'm not talking about no going to laboratory and mix some little potions up. We're not going to speak on the chemicals being mixed up. That's not the science I'm speaking of. The science I'm speaking of is what I really call true science, natural science. Okay, and so spirituality fit right into science. It fits directly into science. Y'all can call me what you want, Sarah, Suit and Seti. Y'all can call me anything you want. Okay, but I'm not hurt by it at all, because I look up to my scholars. Okay, and I'm from Detroit, and my teacher is from Detroit. Okay, and so don't get offended, man. Stop being so weak-hearted to the fact that I have you stumbling. Don't get so weak-hearted, man. Suck it up. Okay, be a man about it. If I put something out there that might offend you. Alright? So we gotta learn how to really govern ourselves with this knowledge. Another question that he had asked me was something that he was talking about the deities. He was calling them gods. We got to get out of that Wallace Budge and all of them. We got to leave them alone. Okay? Because one thing you got to understand about our oppressors is they only see stuff one way. So, for instance, that picture that you were speaking of about the penis in the mouth, about the man putting his own penis in his mouth, was a personification of, I can bring creation throughout me. The man and the woman makes the child, right? So that's what it's explaining. Okay, but this is just dividing it. That's all it is. That's just dividing. The man is showing his attribute in creation as well when he does that. Okay? And so it wasn't saying that they was physically sitting there putting their penises in their mouth. No, that didn't happen at all. You got to understand, this was at a time where they didn't have computers. And so if this was the only language that they stood by, then that is the reason why you see those type of images. It's a meaning. It's not what happened. It's a meaning. It means something. It don't mean I'm gonna suck my own dick. That don't make no fucking sense. These people got all this knowledge and they talking about sucking their own dick. It means that I can bring creation throughout me. That's what it means. Okay, and so when we get back into the gods and goddesses of ancient Kemetic, we always dealt with stuff in pairs, in two. This is how we dealt with creation. We always, if life came into existence, it had to be by two pairs. Man and woman make the child. God had to have, you speak about Yahweh had to have a wife, okay, to have his son. And we're not talking about laying spirits on people. Okay, now we talking about nature. Let's deal with nature. Let's stay out the book for a little bit. Speak to me outside of the book so I can understand you better. Okay, and so we didn't deal with gods. We just sat there and worship and light incense. We didn't do all of that. These were just principles. When we talk about the Netta rules, these was principles. Okay? All right? And so the Netta rules had personalities. These was different personalities. Each Netter had a different personality. And all of those personalities is inside of you, right? And so when God say that I made you in my image, that's right there. It clearly is the text taken from the pictures of the Netta rules. The Netta rules are the deities, the higher self. Okay, these are the deities right here. And each deity has a personality, represents a different personality. Okay, and those personalities are within inside of you. And these are the Netta rules, so that makes you the Netta rule. And these was concepts that we took out of ourselves and placed it on. You can't sit there and write sad. If you drawing sad, you can't sit there and write sad. So these was full examples of your personality. Okay, these was not gods at all. And so another thing is that when we deal with a religion, we are not moving ahead, man. We stand in the same place. We stand in the same predicament. The whole goddamn city can burn and the churches will still be standing. Okay, and so we don't want to go in that direction. We are like, every time that we get somewhere good, you always got something that's got to bring you back or to pull you in deeper into being contained. Okay, and so we are free of nature to do what we like, to do what we please, as long as we don't abuse our nature. Okay, and abuse the laws of nature. All right, and so don't get me wrong, Mike L. Israel. I love you, dog. Okay. One of my questions I want to ask you is that I want you to answer on the third video is, why was uh the Hebrew Israelites using ancient Kemetic symbols in their language and their writings. They writings. Okay, why are ancient Kemetic symbols in their writings? Another question is, you say that we worship gods and things of this nature. When Moses had led the Hebrews to Mount Sinai, and he had went up on the mountain, and Aaron had to watch the Hebrew Israelites. Why, when the people lost faith, they asked Aaron to build them a god? What was the first thing that they built? They built Het Heru, meaning the great mother. You always worship the mother as well. But seeing that y'all see stuff from a cracker view, y'all automatically call it the golden calf. Not understanding it was a meaning that came with the golden calf. The golden calf is Het Heru. Okay, the great nurturer. When you see Ahmose in her throne position, and you see her with the horns, and you see her with the sun, she is in the form of Het Heru. When you see her with the horns and the sun with the stool on the top, that is Ahmose, because Ahmose name means throne. That's what it is. Okay, and so y'all are quick to judge things a lot. I'm gonna hurry up and cut this video short, but that is the question that I want to ask you. All of a sudden, after y'all come out of the land of Tamari, y'all automatically, when y'all lose faith in a so-called God, y'all built one of our attributes to the black woman. Okay, so and also I will be talking about that science that you was. I'm gonna actually explain this science real quick when it comes to the lunar calendar. The lunar calendar. The lunar calendar was built 10,000 years ago. Okay. And so we do the study on the lunar calendar. The ancient Kemetics was the first one to have the lunar calendar. They actually had priests to sit out there and watch and record the stars. And they had priests to sit out there and record the moon. And they had priests that sit out there and recorded the sun movements under the shadow. Okay? They looked at the shadow, and the shadow told the time, what time it was. Okay? And so we created these concepts. Just be appreciative that us as black people can do such a thing. I just want y'all to sit out there, and I want y'all to understand and realize that you are the reason, black man and black woman, that this earth is moving the way it is. Now, you are not the reason why all the mass destruction, even though it's your responsibility to deal with those who do not find friended with nature, who destroys a lot of things. Okay, family. Mike, get back with me on video 3. Peace, Black Power, Hotep. I love you, family.